Hello, guys. Today, this is gonna be the quiz, and this time this is gonna be me answering the this is gonna be the answers. So I'm gonna now tell you guys the answers. So here we go. So let's start with question one. And don't forget this episode is up to 10 questions. The first 10 questions is very easy. You guys should get them. You should get really at least 9 out of 10 for out of these 10 questions. But yeah, let's start. So, question number one: who scored the first goal against West Ham in 2006 FA Cup final? And the answer for that question is, and it's B, and it's Drupal Cisse. Drupal Cisse did score. He did score the first goal when we were 2-0 down. I think we were 2-0 down at the time, or we might have been 1-0 down. But yeah, but Drupal Cisse scored the goal first for us against West Ham. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Question number two. How many League Cups does Liverpool have? And I'm not talking about the League Cup that we won last season, but before, I'm not going to mention the answer just yet, but how many League Cups we have won, right, before we won the League Cup last season. So how many League Cups at the time? Anyway, um, the answer for that question is is D, number 8. So we have won it for the eighth. We won it 8 times before we won the League Cup last year. That would have been 9, but before that we won it 8 times before we won a League Cup last season. So yeah, it was 8. 8 League Cups we have in our at the time. Anyway, let's head into the next question. Question number 3. Who was the manager bought Harman from Newcastle United? And the answer for that question is D, Gerard Houllier. Gerard Houllier, obviously he passed away now. He passed away. But Gerard Houllier was a really good manager. Yes, he won us 4 major trophies overall. But I know he didn't achieve that much, but he won us the treble, man. He's the second manager in our history to win us the treble. All right, it's not the greatest of trebles, but I would have taken the. I would be very happy, man, to take the treble. I don't care how many. I don't care what kind of type of trophies they are. I don't care, but to win the treble in that season 2001, unbelievable, man. But yeah, John Houllier was the manager who bought Harman from Newcastle United. Alright, next one. Question number 4. Name one the European teams, or should I say teams, were in Liverpool's group in 2005 Champions League campaign. Now that one's easy. You guys should really know this. But I'm gonna mention the answer, and the answer for that question is B, Monaco. Monaco actually won the group that year. They actually won the group, and we finished second. We finished second. That Champions League campaign. We would have been knocked out by Olympiacos if Olympiacos beat us. But we managed. We needed to score 3 goals because Olympiacos scored the goal at Anfield, and we needed to score 3. And I remember, obviously Stephen Gerrard scored the third goal. The first goal was Mella. Mella scored no, he scored the second goal. And who scored the first goal for us at the time? It was Mella scored the second. Who scored the first? Cinnamon Man goal. That's it. That's it. Yeah, he scored the first goal. Miller scored the second, and then our captain Steven Gerrard just whacked it in, man, to make it 3-1, and we beat them. We beat Olympiacos. Um, we beat them, and we finished second that season. And yeah, man. Yeah, but it was Monaco. Monaco were our group. Anyway, let's head into question 5. How much Andy Carroll cost when we bought him from Newcastle United? Now that one's again that one is easy. The answer for that question is, and it's A, 35 million. I don't know why we bought him for 35 million. Even us fans were flabbergasted why when we bought him for that much money, 35 million. It was a lot of money at the time. That was a lot of money. Back then, in 2012, 2011-12 season, when we bought Andy Carroll, or was it 2010-11? But it's one of those two seasons. We bought him for 35 million, and let's be honest, he did flop. He did flop, man. And I don't want to mention, man. But anyway, let's move on. Question number 6. Who scored the most goals in the Premier League era for Liverpool? That one I think that was a little bit tricky. Not very tricky, but I think this question's quite tricky. But anyway, the answer for that question is, and it's C, Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler scored the most goals in the Premier League era. It was People gonna think that it was Ian Rush, but it wasn't. Yes, Ian Rush did play in the Premier League era. He did, but he didn't score nowhere near as much as Robbie Fowler in terms of in the Premier League era. The Premier League started in 1992-93 season, and yeah, Ian Rush was still playing for us, but he didn't score that many goals in the Premier League era than Robbie Fowler. Obviously, Torres came in, and then Suarez, quality strikers, but it's not Torres and it's not Suarez. It's Robbie Fowler. He scored the most goals in the Premier League era for Liverpool. Right, next question. Question number 7. What was the score when Liverpool beat Manchester United at Anfield in 2008-9 season? Interesting, that one. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys the answer. The answer for that question is, and it's A, 2-1. We won 2-1 at Anfield in 2008-9 season. 2-1. It wasn't 2-0, it wasn't 1-0, and it wasn't 4-1. We actually beat Manchester United 4-1 at Old Trafford, but I said Anfield, so it's not 4-1, it's 2-1. We beat them, we done the double over them that season. We won 2-1 at Anfield, and we won 4-1 at Old Trafford. But yeah, that was the score. 2-1. We won 2-1 in that game against Manchester United. Right, next one. What position did Liverpool finish in the 2014-15 Champions League season? So what position, guys? What position? And the answer for that question is, oh wait. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. That meant to be 9. Oh, sorry. And it's C, and it's third. We finished third that season. Yeah, we didn't have the greatest of Champions League campaign. We were pretty we were awful that season in terms of the Champions League campaign, and then we got obviously we gone down to the Europa League that season, and we lost to Beşiktaş. I can't even pronounce the team's name. The team from Turkey. We lost on penalties to them in the round of 32. I remember that game. Lovren was absolutely terrible in that game. He was terrible. Dejan Lovren. I thought he was terrible, and other players as well in that game were terrible as well. And yeah, in terms of the Champions League, we finished third. We did not finish fourth. We didn't win the group at the time. It was the reason why we fell. And the thing is, what baffles me about this, about how we finished third. Yes, we had Real Madrid in that group, but we had Basel at the time. Basel were our group, and they finished second. Basel and Ludogorets finished fourth. So it was Real Madrid, Basel, and Ludogorets, and we should have finished second that season. Real Madrid, all right, fair enough, they were a strong side, but we should not finish third below Basel at the time. Basel were on our group. Ludogorets they finished fourth, but we finished third that season, man. Embarrassing, man. But yeah, that is question number 9. I'm sorry that I mixed up the questions. Let's see now. All right. Let's start with question number 8. Question number 8. When Xabi Alonso left Liverpool in 2009, who was the replacement? I think you guys have seen the answer now. The answer for that question is Aguirre. Aguirre was the replacement of Xabi Alonso, and let's be honest, I thought he was brilliant for Roma. He was fantastic for Roma, but when he joined us, he just didn't work out, man. He just didn't work out. Didn't work out, man. It wasn't Charlie Adam, it wasn't Gareth Barry, and it wasn't Lucas Leiva. It was Aguirre. And I thought he was terrible for us, man. In 2010. Not 2010 season, right? I thought he was poor, Aguirre. And he was a massive flop. And yeah, man, he was poor. So yeah, that was the answer. Aguirre. He was so poor, man. Anyway, let's go to and the last one. Question number 10. Anyone should get this. That one's very obvious. Who was the captain in 2003-04 season? That was very easy, man. You guys should be getting this. The answer for that question is, and it's Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard was actually the captain. That was his very first season to be captain. He captained Liverpool, and that was his very, very first season to be captain. Steven Gerrard was the captain that season. It wasn't Sami Hyypiä, right? It wasn't Sami Hyypiä. It wasn't Jamie Carragher. It wasn't Pepe Reina. And also Pepe Reina, he didn't went to Liverpool. He went to Liverpool later on, so it wouldn't be Pepe Reina. He never was the captain, and plus we bought him about 3 years later. Yeah, I think, no, 2 years later. 2 years later, that's when we bought Pepe Reina. So it had to be Steven Gerrard, right? And yeah, he was the captain, and that was his very first season to be captain that season. And question number 11. How many permanent managers we had since the legendary manager Bill Shankly retired in 1974? And the answer for that question is and it's D, 11. 11 permanent managers we had since legendary Bill Shankly retired. It was 11 times. 11 permanent managers. Forget the temporary managers and talk about permanent managers. So yeah, we had 11. We appointed 11 managers since Bill Shankly retired in 1974. So yeah, it was 11 times. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Who was the team knocked Liverpool out of the 2009-10 UEFA Cup semi-final? Now, I'm going to now tell you the answer. The answer for that question is... and it's B, Atletico Madrid. I remember that game. I didn't watch the game because I was kind of young, but yeah, Atletico Madrid actually won the UEFA Cup or slash Europa League that season, right? They won it. They beat Fulham. I remember in that campaign when Fulham almost won it, but at the time it was Diego Forlan, the Uruguayan. He scored for them against Fulham in the final, and it was Sergio Aguero, when he played for Atletico Madrid. He scored for them, and yeah. But yeah, even though they won the whole thing, but they are the team that beat us in the UEFA Cup semi-final slash Europa League. So yeah, for Atletico Madrid was the team that knocked us out in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup. Right, let's now head into the next question. Question number 13. Liverpool finished second in 2001 and 2001-2 season. Who finished fourth that season? And the answer for that question is... and it's D, Newcastle United. People are going to be surprised about that, but yeah, they actually finished fourth that season. At the time, they were a good team, Newcastle. They had Alan Shearer and all them other players they had. But yeah, man, it was Newcastle. Man United finished third that season, so it wouldn't be them. I can't remember. I think Chelsea finished fifth. I'm not too sure. And Leeds United, it wasn't Leeds United. It was Newcastle United. They finished fourth. So yeah, that was the answer. It was Newcastle United. Right, move on to the next question. Question number 14. Sadio Mane signed for Liverpool. Which season did Liverpool sign him? That one, you guys should know this one. The answer for that question is... and it's C, 2016-17 season. That was the season that we signed him before Mohamed Salah. We signed Salah in 2018. That was his very first season, Mohamed Salah. But we signed Mane the year before. So it was 2016-17 season. It was that season that we when we signed him. So it was that season. So yeah, let's head into the next one. Question number 15. In 2019-20 season, how many points Liverpool collected after 11 Premier League games? Now, pretty tricky that one, but again, anyone that has watched that season when we won the league, most of you should know this. The answer for that question is... and it's A, 31 points. The reason why that was the answer, because I do remember us dropping points at Man United, at all teams. They were poor Manchester United. I think that was under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the time, and we dropped points to these lot, man. So yeah, it ended a 1-1 draw. I think Rashford scored the first goal, and then Adam Lallana equalised. And the thing is, their defenders, they should have cleared it. It was from Robertson's cross. Robertson crossed it, but it wasn't a great cross. In fact, it wasn't a good cross. It was pretty poor. But nobody didn't clear it. And Adam Lallana was there in the right position to tap it in to make it 1-1. So yeah, that is why we didn't get 33 points. Man United, we dropped points against Man United. We won 10 games out of 11. We drew 1 and we won 10. That's 11. So, yeah, it was 31 points we collected after 11 Premier League games. It was 11. It was 31. 31 points we collected that season. Right, let's move on to the next one. Question number 16. How many times Liverpool FC finished in the top 4 in the Premier League era? This one's pretty difficult because any day we are here to win trophies, but I'm going to twist it around a little bit. Right. The answer for that question is... And it's A, 16. 16 times we finished in the top 4 in the Premier League era. 16 times. And I know it's not a big deal because the Champions League wasn't get into fourth place. Well, not certain seasons that wouldn't qualify you into the Champions League. I think it's since 2003 or 4. That is when the fourth place gets into the Champions League. But before that season, you have to get into the top 3 to get Champions League football. But yeah, man. Yeah, we finished. It was 16 times, guys. It was 16 times. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Question number 17. What year Liverpool FC won their first major double? If anyone knows the history of the club, you should know. You guys should know this, man. And the answer for that question is... And it's B, 1973. That was the season that we won our first major double that season. Oh crap, I spelled first wrong. My bad, I spelled it wrong. I should have got rid of the I. But yeah, man, sorry about that with the spelling. Got to that wrong. But yeah, the answer was B, 1973. And Bill Shankly was the manager at the time. And he won us our first major double. And he won us the league that season in 1973. And he won us the UEFA Cup. So yeah, we won the double that season. That was our first major double that in our history. Bill Shankly did that. So big up Bill Shankly for that. That is our first time that we won more than one trophies. And Bill Shankly won the double that season. So yeah, big up Bill Shankly, man. Unfortunately, he passed away now, but greatest for me, best manager we ever had in terms of not terms of trophies, but in terms of inspiration and he built the foundation, man, and he set us up to be very attractive now. Look at us now. We are so attractive. Klopp done that as well, but Bill Shankly started all the mess, man. But yeah, man, big up Bill Shankly to win us our first major double, man. 1973. That's when he won the league and the UEFA and the European Cup. Not the European Cup, the UEFA Cup, sorry. / Europa League. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 18. Now this one is difficult, this one. Which one is correct? So you got to really have to check and really look which one is the correct one. You need to really check, guys. But I'm going to give it away now. The answer for that question is... And it's B. It is actually B. Now, I'm going to tell you the other 3 that doesn't look right. I'm going to show you by using this. The A, if you go to the A one, you can see, let me see. I'm just going to show you now. Yeah, you see that red spot there? Is there. There is a red spot there between the flames. Between the flame or inside the flame. There is a red spot there. So that is why it's not A. I'm going to go down to C now. C, if you go to C, there is a tail is missing on the bird. If you look at the bird, the tail is missing. I got rid of the long tail, and that was missing, so it couldn't be C. And if you go to D, you see this part there? You see this? I absolutely got rid of that part, this part in the thing, and that disappeared. So it couldn't be D. So it's B. B is the correct answer, guys. B is the correct one. So yeah, man. I know that one's difficult. Probably most of you get that one wrong. But yeah, that is the answer. It was B. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 19. Liverpool FC fans got angry in 2016. Why the fans got angry at FSG? Now, this is going to be also, you guys should get this one. And the answer for that question is... And it's the ticket prices. I have mentioned this for years as well. It was ticket prices, guys. Do you remember? We remember I think it was February when we played against Sunderland and they ended with a 2-2 draw. And the fans went mad and they were complaining about the ticket prices. FSG charged us £77 for the ticket prices that year in 2016. And I remember when Redmen TV uploaded some Irish guy and he was going in at the owners. He was going in at the owners, man. The owners charged the fans £77 for a ticket. It's shocking the way FSG treated us that day. I still want them out though. I still want FSG out, but ticket prices, man. It was ticket prices. It wasn't not win the title. We were not even nowhere near challenging for the title that year. Finish out the side in the top 4. It wasn't that. And not spend the money wisely. It wasn't that. It was ticket prices, guys. So yeah, it was ticket prices. Why the fans got angry at FSG that year? It was ticket prices. Shocking the way they charged us £77. I will never forget this, man. Shocking. And don't forget, guys, the fans protested at the 77th minute. No, boycotted in the 77th minute. It was shocking, man, the way the owners treated us, man. Shocking. Anyway, let's move on to the last question. Question number 20. What was the score when Liverpool beat Spartak Moscow at home in 2017-18 season? At home as well. Not away, at home. And the answer for that question is... And it's D. 7-0. We battered them 7-0 at home. I think Coutinho was playing at the time. It was a group stage game when we played against Spartak Moscow at home. We battered them. It was 7-0. We battered them 7-0. And Coutinho was there. I think he scored a hat-trick that in that game, innit? Against Spartak Moscow. He scored a hat-trick. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick. I think Salah scored one as well. I definitely know Mane scored one as well. But yeah, it was 7-0, guys. We battered Spartak Moscow. It was 7-0. It's not 6-0. It wasn't 5-0. And it wasn't 7-1. It was 7-0. That was the score. Let's head into question 21. How many goals Liverpool conceded in 2089-90 season? And the answer for that question is... And it's C, 37 goals. Yes, we have conceded 37 goals that year. At the time, I think it was 22 teams in the league at the time, in the late 80s, and yeah, we conceded. Even that doesn't look great. I have to be honest, but yeah, it was 37 goals that we conceded. So yeah, that was pretty poor. I can't lie. 37 goals, man. To concede that many goals in a season, that's pretty poor. But we won the title that year, so Yeah, it was 37 goals. Um, Now let's head into the next question. Question number 22. How many league titles did Liverpool win before 1949-50 season? Now, the answer for that question is, and it's A, 5 times. We won it the fifth time um during the 1946-47 season. We won the title, and that was and when we won the title that year, that was for the fifth time. We won it for the fifth time. But the question says two before the 1949-50 season. We didn't win the title that year, but it said before the 1949-50 season, we won it 5 times at the time. Yeah, so it was 5 times, guys. It was 5 times. Okay, let's head into the next question. Question number 23. Which team beat Liverpool in 1987-88 FA Cup final, and what was the score? The answer for that question is, and it's A, Wimbledon Football Club 1-0. That was the answer. Do you know that Wimbledon, that club doesn't exist now? But I checked the history, and they actually beat us in the final. They beat us in the final. It was Wimbledon FC, not AFC, because that's the currently on Wimbledon club. That's not the club I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Wimbledon FC Football Club. Wimbledon Football Club. That was the club that beat us in that final. And oh man, disappointed. And the thing is, we were dominant in that game, but Wimbledon just snatched the goal. They scored, and they won 1-0. Yeah, it was 1-0 victory for them, and they won the FA Cup. And sadly, they don't exist now. But yeah, it was Wimbledon Football Club that beat us in the final. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. Question number 24. Kenny Dalglish was appointed after Roy Hodgson got the sack in 2010-11. What month and date did Kenny Dalglish get hired? Now, this is going to be interesting. The answer for that question is, and it's D, January the 8th. Yes, I do remember that it was January. We got rid of Roy Hodgson. We sacked him in January. I think it was January. And we appointed Kenny Dalglish in January the 8th. It was January, guys. January 2011 that we appointed him. And yeah, Roy Hodgson at the time, he was dreadful. He was so bad, right? But at the same time, I'm not gonna only slate him off, because in the day he couldn't reject the job. It was the owners. It wasn't FSG. For once, I'm not gonna slate off FSG. It was the previous owners that we had, Hinds and Gillette. Them two are flipping parasites for appointing Roy Hodgson in the first place. The reason why they appointed Roy Hodgson, because Roy Hodgson took Fulham into the Europa League final. That was the reason why Hinton Gillette appointed Roy Hodgson, because he took them to a cup final. But let's be honest, that was a miracle to even get that far. And in the end, they lost the final to Atletico Madrid 2-1. It was 1-1 at full time, then extra time, and then I think it was Aguero, or was it Diego, or was it Diego Forlan? I think Forlan scored the winner to make it 2-1, and Atletico Madrid won the Europa League that year. But yeah, that was the reason why. And The fans didn't like it. We boycotted it. We slated off the owners. At the time, it wasn't FSG. It was Hinton Gillette, right? We sacked him and we appointed Kenny Dalglish to be the manager in January the 8th. So yeah, so that was the answer. It was January the 8th. Move on to the next question. Question number 25. In 2007-8 season, who knocked Liverpool out of the League Cup? This one should be easy for you guys. The answer for that question is... and it's B, Chelsea. Yeah, it was them guys. They actually won the whole thing that year. They beat Arsenal in the final 2-1. Didier Drogba scored the goal for them. And yeah, they won everything, but they beat us. I can't remember what round. It might have been the third round or even the fourth round. I don't know. But they beat us. They beat us in that year. And yeah, we got eliminated by Chelsea in that season, that League Cup season. So yeah, it was Chelsea, guys. It was Chelsea. Okay, let's head into the next question. Question number 26. Which manager brought in Louis Garcia? Okay. The answer for that question is... and it's B, Rafa Benitez. Yep, it was Rafa Benitez, guys. He brought him in 2004-5 season. And guess what? We won the Champions League that year. I still can't get over the way we won the Champions League that year, though, man. 2005. Best for me, in terms of miracles, that is definitely one of the best miracles in football history, man. To win, to beat AC Milan in the final, the way we did it, we were 3-0 down. And then we scored 3 goals in 50 minutes in the second half. Goes to extra time. Then it went on penalties, and we won the penalty shootout. And Steven Gerrard lifts the Champions League trophy. But yeah, Rafa Benitez, it was him. He brought Louis Garcia, and Louis Garcia in that Champions League campaign was decent. He was really good for us that campaign, in the Champions League campaign. I thought he was brilliant, man. He was really, really good for us. So I still can't get over the goal that he scored against Juventus, though. Against Juventus. Oh my days. That volley from Louis Garcia. The second goal. Incredible. Incredible goal, man. From far distance, man. About 40 yards. And he just volleys it. And the keeper, Buffon, just couldn't react. Buffon, their goalkeeper. By the way, what a goalkeeper he was, man. Gianni Buffon. He was quality. But he couldn't save that shot. Oh my goodness. What a flipping shot by Louis Garcia, man. Quality. So yeah, it was Rafa Benitez. Legend. Legend of our club, man. Absolute legend. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 27. Which one is correct? And the answer for that question is... and it's D. And it's D, guys. D is the correct one. And yeah, it was D. If you look at C, you see this part, the sticker thing, it is brown. I changed it to a different color. Brown. So yeah, it couldn't be C. If I go up to A, the strap, I think the strap is missing at the bottom there. So the strap is gone. So that it couldn't be A. And B, the letter on that ribbon, I changed it into black. So yes, so it couldn't be B. So it was D, guys. D was the correct one. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Question not number 8. Question number 28. I mean, how many major trophies did Liverpool win between 1992-93 and 2021-22 season? Not include the Community Shield titles. Okay. And the answer for that question is... And it's C, 16 major trophies. Yes, it was 16 major trophies we won. Don't include the Community Shield, but other trophies, yes. It was 16 major trophies that we won. I still don't think it's not enough though, since the Premier League started, because the Premier League started in 1992-93, right, season. That's when the Premier League started. Even though we won 16 major trophies, out of the 16 major trophies that we won, we only won 3 big trophies. And I'm sorry, that's just not good enough, man. That is not good enough for big club Liverpool. The 3 big trophies that we won in that period was 2 Champions Leagues, the 2005 obviously and 2019, and then we won the league the year after that. So yeah, 3 big trophies that we won. The others are just League Cups, FA Cups, UEFA Cup as well. We won the UEFA Cup. We won the we have won pretty loads of trophies. Yeah, we won the FA Cups. We won League Cups. We won UEFA. We won one UEFA Cup as well, the Europa League. We won the Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup. And we won the Club World Cup as well. So we have won almost everything in that period. But we only won 3 big trophies in that period. And yeah, it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. And I'm blaming on FSG, man. It's not just FSG, but the whole club itself. We should have won way more trophies, especially on the club. We should have won way more trophies, man. And yeah, FSG, man, flipping spent the money and helped Klopp, man. Flipping hell. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. I don't want to get angry at FSG, man. But yeah, question number 29. Before Liverpool played Roma in the 4th round of the 2001 UEFA Cup, who did Liverpool beat over 2 legs in the 3rd round? Okay. The answer for that question is... And it's B, Olympiacos. If you guys do remember that season, the 3rd round, we drawn Olympiacos and we beat them. And don't forget, I did mention in the previous question that we won the UEFA Cup in 2009. In fact, we won the treble that year. The League Cup and the FA Cup as well. But yeah, during the run, we played the team from Slovakia, I think, in the 2nd round. But after that, we played Olympiacos in the 3rd round. Then we played Roma. Then we played Porto. Then we played Barcelona in the semi-final. And then we played Alves in the final. When we beat them over the goal rule. But yeah, we won 5-3 that in the final, and that was one of the best finals, man, in the Euro, or should I say the UEFA Cup. That's one of the best finals, man. It was a fantastic final, that was. But yeah, it was, yeah, in terms of the 3rd round, it was Olympiacos. We beat Olympiacos, I think it was 3-0 over 2 legs. I'm not too sure, but we did beat Olympiacos in the 3rd round. So yeah, it was Olympiacos. Okay, let's now go to question number 30. Question number 30. Who scored the most goals in 1989-90 season? And the answer for that question is... And it's A, John Barnes. And it was John Barnes. He scored 28 goals that season. 22 goals in the league, six goals in the cups, 28 goals overall. Yep, it was John Barnes. What a player he was, man. We signed him from Watford. He scored banging loads of goals. And he was flipping quality, man. Free kicks, shots, dribbles, everything, man. John Barnes was a bad man for us, man. He was a bad man. And before I go, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Do you know that John Barnes is the first black man to play for us? He's the first black man to play for Liverpool FC. Do you know that? Do you know that? Yeah. So yeah, he's the first black guy to play for us. Because back then, football wasn't multicultural. You know, it wasn't diverse, and yeah, at the time, John Bond was our first black player to play for us, and yeah, I don't want to get even more further, man. What happened to him, man? I don't really want to start talking about it. It's gonna upset a lot of people. But yeah, it was John Barnes, man. What a legend, man. I love John Barnes, man. What a legend for us, man. But yeah, that's it, guys, man. That is the end of the quiz show. It's done.